Obi-Wan. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. So, I'm a huge fan of Obi-Wan, in case you couldn't tell. And in the past few weeks, and really the past few years, there have been rumors swirling about a potential standalone Obi-Wan film. Now up front, nothing is confirmed. But come on people, he's a fan favorite. Everyone wants this. Today, I'll be talking about what I want to see in Kenobi, a Star Wars story. And for all the potential Lucasfilm Story Group members that are listening, here's the pitch. So let's start from the beginning. Born on the planet Stugin, Obi-Wan was found and raised by the Jedi Order and was a prominent member of the Jedi Council in the latter years of the Republic. He trained and fought alongside Anakin Skywalker during the Clone Wars, but when Anakin turned to the dark side, Obi-Wan exiled himself to Tatooine both to hide from the Empire and to protect Anakin's son Luke. By the time of A New Hope, Obi-Wan was old Ben Kenobi, a man who had quietly studied the Force for nearly 20 years, just waiting for something to call him back into action, which would come when two droids decide to crash land on Tatooine.
We seem to be made to suffer.
Obi-Wan then begins to train Luke as a Jedi, and confronts Anakin one final time. No! So the one downside to Obi-Wan's history is that it's finite. We have a clear beginning and end. Obi-Wan was born, Obi-Wan has died. And any story would have to take place in that time, unless someone decides to make a cool story about him being a Force ghost. Plus, much of Obi-Wan's history has been covered, with him being so heavily involved with the Skywalker family saga. However, in current canon, there are notable gaps that could potentially serve as great stories for a standalone anthology movie. The two biggest gaps being his time in exile between Episode 3 and Episode 4, and his time before The Phantom Menace. So for the time he was in exile, Obi-Wan's character had to go through some massive changes to get from the Obi-Wan we know in Episode 3 to the old Ben that we know in Episode 4. And it is here that I think that we have the greatest potential for a standalone story. The Obi-Wan we see in Episode 3 is a great and clever Jedi warrior, and has beaten nearly every foe he's come across. Old Ben is more of a Zen monk, someone who's come to peace with his past and has ascended to a new place. He's not as conflicted and emotional as his past self. Recent comic books have covered brief moments of this time in stories called The Journals of Ben Kenobi, which contain entries of different events that Ben uses to teach the reader, that being Luke, something about the Jedi and the Force. These comics don't go super deep into Ben's exile though, so there's still a lot of potential there. In Legends, there was a book titled Kenobi by John Jackson Miller that delved deep into Obi-Wan's time on Tatooine in the first few years following the formation of the Empire. It tells the origins of how Obi-Wan got his new name, his first struggles with learning how to protect Luke from a distance, and even his decision to hold back and remain excluded from the rest of Tatooine's population in fear that he'll get too wrapped up in their struggles and get discovered. The book did a great job of establishing how Obi-Wan became Old Ben, and I feel that a Kenobi movie could take a lot of cues from Miller's book. With some clever writing, the movie could be a story of self-discovery for Obi-Wan, how he learns to be a Force ghost, his struggle with protecting Luke, his first few encounters with local crime. Then the story could establish his early history as a way to help Obi-Wan, to quote Yoda, unlearn what you have learned. And even as I was writing the script for this episode, I thought it would be a cool idea if the movie was filled with micro-anthologies of sorts. Start from the beginning. Show Obi-Wan getting found as a baby. Show him getting trained as a youngling by Master Yoda. Then show his first few years as a Padawan under Qui-Gon Jinn. Fast forward to his time on Tatooine. Then do some cool scenes of him in the Force. Have him encounter Luke as a Force ghost, then have him speak to Rey in her Force vision on Takodana. All of that would be amazing to see. Okay, my mind is like racing with ideas that I really want to see. So let's keep the conversation going in the comments below and on social media. Links are in the description, and I'm on there a lot. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, and if you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every single week. Guys, we're actually really close to The Last Jedi. I am talking less than a week from The Last Jedi. This is so exciting. The next time I see you guys, we'll have a new movie to watch and talk about, and it's going to be amazing.